Hello everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez, and this is the Weekly Report, a look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. 26 veterans who have recently completed services offered through the Veterans Treatment Court celebrated Thanksgiving at the second annual dinner sponsored by Municipal Court.
One of the things that I've discovered was that many of the veterans needed family at this time. A lot of the veterans that we had previously in the program did not have family that was in the area. And so it became important to me that the veterans that were in the program, no matter what, at least had a dinner at Thanksgiving time with me as part of your family. And not just with me, but the staff.
So I'm crying out to you. I know that you're the only one who is able to pull me through. So I know I need to talk to you.
This year's dinner was sponsored by the Veterans Treatment Court team, Vet Court Judge Artie Bland, and the Friends of Kansas City Problem Solving Courts and Hy-Vee Grocery Store. Kansas City may soon have another milestone to celebrate. Recently, KC Streetcar celebrated its 1 millionth streetcar rider, and now it seems the KC Zoo is breaking records too. More than 975,000 visitors have walked through the zoo gates so far this year. Are you going to be the millionth visitor? The millionth visitor will win a penguin ice shelf experience for a group of 10.
1 million visitors. Who would have ever thought? That was that milestone that's always been the carrot dangling for the zoo, and could we ever reach it? And years and years and years ago, I think there was a dream that one day the Kansas City Zoo would reach 1 million visitors. And we're right on the doorstep now, could pass it in the next couple of days. There is a prize. The millionth visitor that comes through gets a nice prize package, and actually we'll get a photo op out on what we call our ice shelf in the cold water penguin exhibit with penguins surrounding them. So that's the grand prize. There's a bag of goodies, a membership, and some other things in there. And we've got a little internal contest going too for our employees, and a small little gift. Whoever guesses, they've got to guess the day and time that this event will happen. So we're having great fun with it.
Now let's check in with our city departments.
Hi, I'm Heidi Downer with Kansas City Parks and Recreation. Every year, KC Parks plans a wide variety of winter holiday events, and this year is no exception. Santa's Wonderlands return to KC Parks the first weekend of December. Spend an evening celebrating with festive live music and entertainment by the Starlight Stars and Rockin' Rob, light displays, and of course, a visit from Santa and his friends. The events are free and take place at Gillum Park on Friday, December 2nd from 6 to 8 p.m. and at Penguin Park on Saturday, December 3rd from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Details at kcparks.org. Take a break from the present and experience a 19th century Christmas at the 20th annual Visit from St. Nicholas on Saturday, December 3rd at the Shoal Creek Living History Museum. Enjoy a walking tour through holiday decorated homes and log cabins while reenactors bring the village to life. Experience a Civil War encampment, warm up by the pot-bellied stove, and conclude your visit with a horse-drawn sleigh ride through the rolling hills of Hodge Park. This event is $5 per person and free for those 5 years and under. Visit kcparks.org for more information. The Fairy Princess reigns over the Kansas City Museum to spread cheer on the second and third weekends of December. Share holiday wishes with the princess, enjoy storytelling performances, hands-on activities, and take home a sweet treat. The cost is $10 per child. Visit kansascitymuseum.org for all the details. Do you like ugly Christmas sweaters? If so, you need to sign up for the KRIS Ugly Sweater 5K on December the 10th. The wintry cross-country course will take you up and down hills, over fields, and through historic Swope Park. All of those pre-registered receive an ugly sweater with your entry fee. More at kcparks.org. For more information about these and other events, visit the Parks and Recreation website at kcparks.org or give us a call at 816-513-7500.
The numbers are staggering. 2.5 billion people in the world don't have access to adequate sanitation. 315,000 children die every year from illnesses related to poor sanitation and unsafe water. KC Water engineering technician Stephen Collins and retired Deputy KC Water Director Jim Mellum saw those conditions on trips to Bolivia and the Dominican Republic with the group Engineers Without Borders.
But having to live without running water in your house, or having a toilet in your house, having to go somewhere to draw water, or maybe to go out into the field to use a restroom or a chamber pot. Those are things that we've not seen in our culture for a long time, and there are people that live this way day in and day out.
That's the reason for World Toilet Day. It's an international effort to ensure everyone has access to toilets by the year 2030. Just a few years ago, the people of this community in Bolivia didn't even have outhouses. Now they have access to more than 24, and it makes a difference for everyone.
They came back and told us that the number of children that got sick was reduced, so that number of days that they missed school was reduced, and the community was very enthusiastic about that.
Here in Kansas City, KC Water maintains 2,800 miles of sewer main. Those underground pipes take dirty water from your home through the treatment process and back to the Missouri River, cleaner than when we took it out.
There's a very dedicated staff in maintaining that system and making sure that it operates on a continuous, regular basis for the citizens of Kansas City.
Every year, KC Water's goal is to rehabilitate and repair 28 miles, or 1% of the 2,800-mile sewer main system. Back in Bolivia, the projects are smaller, but not without their own challenges. Stephen remembers a villager's journey just to get a few parts.
And by the time he made the purchase, it was too late to take public transportation back, so we had to spend the night. So this took about 24 hours of traveling just to get some PVC fittings.
The work in this community isn't done. Stephen and Jim and the group will return to finish a project that provides irrigation to the fields and build outhouses for villagers farther up in the mountains.
After seeing firsthand what it's like not to have running water and not to have bathrooms, I really have a great appreciation for all the conveniences we have in this country.
A dog can be a police officer's best friend. That was demonstrated at the second annual Heartland Police Canine Competition, where members of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department Canine Unit showed off their crime-fighting skills. The competition was part of a week-long conference for members of the National Police Canine Association North Central Region. 30 dog handler teams from police departments in 13 states attended the training at the KCPD Regional Training Academy, where internationally recognized experts gave presentations on everything from dog training techniques to courtroom testimony. KCPD Sergeant Bill Brown explains why dogs are so valuable to police work as a locating tool.
A lot of people think that there's this myth out there that police dogs are these vicious dogs and all they want to do is bite people, and in actuality that is our last resort. Our last resort is to bite someone, the dog engage someone. Basically our first thing is for the dog to find them, and then we give them an opportunity to give up and come out and surrender. But the dogs can smell. Their sense of smell is so great that it's unbelievable. The analogy I like to use is when you go home and you've walked in the house and someone's cooking spaghetti, you smell spaghetti. You may smell the sauce. Dogs' sense of smell, they smell every single ingredient that went into the sauce. So that's how important these dogs are to us.
For the public portion, the canines were put through a stress obedience course that included jumping over high barricades, jumping through windows, and taking down a violent attacker. It was a rare chance for family and friends to see the dogs tackle the obstacles with their handlers and see how the bite suits work in training. A little scary for some.
I like dogs. I don't like dogs chasing after me or coming for me.
I got scared when they did the gun thing. I thought it was real. And it was just a really good experience.
NPCA Regional Director Ryan Sumner of Lenexa, Kansas Police Department says the relationship between a law enforcement officer and his dog is a special one.
You know, we spend 8 hours a night with the dogs, and you know, sometimes, like, I'll give you my retired dog for example. I spent 9 years on the street with that dog, so I'm very close with that dog. You know, these handlers, it's like your best friend. I mean, there's something that's been said about a dog's your best friend. These dogs are literally your best friend.
KCPD has a total of 16 dogs among its rank and file, nearly all of them of the Belgian Malinois breed. 4 of them are assigned to the Drug Interdiction Unit, and the other 12 serve a dual purpose, working explosives detection, narcotics, and patrol. Remember names like Clint, Roscoe, Rico, Ike, Odin, Storm, Danger, Spike, and Rudy because they all took top honors against other police dogs in several categories. They won all top prizes in explosives detection, 2nd place in narcotics detection, and 5th place overall in the patrol division. Congratulations to the KCPD K9 unit. I'm Detective Von Burns. Have a safe week.
The Kansas City Boys Choir was founded in 1995 and the Girls Choir in 2006. Both are forums for the development and the enhancement of the mind through music. The choirs both perform regularly throughout the year, and the holidays is an especially busy time for the choirs. Here to talk to us about the upcoming performances and a little bit about the organization is Mr. Ali, who is the founder and the executive director of both the Kansas City Boys Choir and the Girls Choir.
That's correct.
Thank you for having us in your home.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. It's a great place.
Yes, it is.
Good.
And what inspired you to establish both choirs?
Consuelo, that's a good question. I could probably tell you more about the Boys Choir because that's where it started. And people always ask me that. What in 1995, you know, it was the Million Man March, Washington, D.C. I remember the guy at the end, there was a mandate, go back to your communities and do something positive. And I kept thinking, that's a great, powerful statement, but what could I do? And I thought, I'm a singer. I started a choir, a boys choir at that. So I thought this would be the perfect time, so that's what I did. I got together with some friends. I said, I'm going to start a choir. And they said, are you sure? I said, absolutely. From there, you know, 21 years later, here we are. And then, of course, in 2006, you know, the city kept saying, you know, we'll give you money or we'll help you out, but you got to start a girls' choir. And I thought, that's going to be scary. But I thought, we're going to make this happen. And so I called a friend, one of my board members, as a matter of fact. I said, I think I'm going to start a girls' choir. And so he contacted a lady and said, Mr. Ali's thinking about starting a girls' choir. So she called me. She said, I heard you're thinking about starting a girls' choir. And if you are, let me know. And I thought, ding. So there was another nugget implanted. And I called her the next day and I said, let's have lunch. And 10 years later, here we are.
And how many members are in both choirs?
I have about 25 boys right now, and I have 40 girls. And girls, they multiply real quick, and they love each other, they come, but it's a great aggregation with the both of them. And they were obviously two separate choirs, but on occasions we put the two together. But for the most part, the 40 girls and the 25 boys. And we have to keep those boys motivated and keep them in here. So, you know, because boys feel like, singing. But I think once they see the boys sing and how they're singing and how they present themselves, and not only is it just the music, because the music for us becomes the byproduct because of all the other things that we do. So.
And what are some of the other things that you're involved in?
We're involved in a lot of things. Of course, it's a disciplined choir. It's a very disciplined choir, and I tell anybody I put my choir up against any choir in this city or across the country. And they are involved in etiquette. As a matter of fact, this weekend they're hosting, we do our personal grooming, hygiene, and skincare class. They have to do their etiquette class, they have to do their discipline class, they have to do their tutoring classes, they have to do their money management classes, and so it gets real broad. You know, they have to do their community service as well, 60 hours of community service a year, and so we provide some of those. in addition to what one of our workers, staff, volunteers provides all the community service that we do as well. So it's very full.
And you also have a great way of staying connected with those students who are no longer in the age range
That's right.
of the chorus.
That's right. Once the ones that graduate, yes, we have what we call associates. So once you graduate from the choir, you become an associate of the choir. And as a matter of fact, we just had a little holiday deal this past weekend, and most of them showed up, but they always show up. You know, we have this thing about each one reach one, and so you can't go too far, and you have to always give back. And you always give back to who gave to you. And we were one of the entities that gave to them. So we expect them, and they always come through every time. They have big sisters in the choir. They have big brothers, or little sisters and little brothers. And so they create that connection that doesn't leave. So it's always there.
And the ambassadors, who are the graduates of the program, have gone on to do incredible things outside of Kansas City.
Oh, tremendous. I was talking to one of the guys the other day who was I thought he was a 7-time. He said he's a 5-time Grammy Award winner. I said, well, that's good enough. 1 time is good. So he's a 5-time Grammy Award winner. We have writers, we have producers, we have doctors, we have lawyers. As a matter of fact, we have on our board, I have one of the guys who's an engineer who graduated from the choir, now serves as a board member for the organization. 100% of our kids are graduating from high school, and then 100% they all go to college. And that's wonderful. Speaks volumes.
It does speak volumes. And how can people find out about all of the performances that you have coming up, and also about how to be a part of the choirs?
They can go to our website. Our website for the boys choir is www.kcboychoir.org, and we'll be happy to share that information there, or they can go to kansascitygirlschoir.org.
Well, thank you so much for all that you do in the community, and for having so many wonderful ambassadors of your program, and
thank you so much.
Ambassadors of the city after they leave the program too.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
Due to the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday, November 24th, curbside trash and recycling collection for residents who usually have Thursday or Friday service will be delayed 1 day of that week. The fall leaf and brush collection continues as the second round of pickups begin the week of November 28th in the South Zone. Leaf pickup in the Central Zone will be the week of December 5th, and the North Zone pickup will be the week of December 12th. Remember, residents may leave up to 20 bags or bundles of leaves and brush on your curb on your regular trash pickup day. The city's leaf and brush drop-off sites are also now open. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Choteau Trafficway, and 10301 Raytown Road. Drop-off is free to residents on Saturdays with identification. For more information about leaf and brush, visit kcmo.gov and search leaf and brush. Holiday activities abound throughout the city. This year, you can eat and shop, tour downtown condos, and even more at Downtown Dazzle on the first 3 weekends of December. So check out the website at downtowndazzle.com and come ride the streetcar or a special trolley shuttle for free during these festive events. And while you are out and about enjoying all the fun holiday festivities, be sure to share your photographic talents with us. Send us your images of Kansas City landmarks all decked out for the holidays. Your photos may be featured on kcmo.gov and our social media channels, and we will be happy to credit you. Email them to communications@kcmo.org and write holiday photos in the subject line. That does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, go to kcmo.gov and search Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel and all of our great programs that you can view on demand. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Hernandez. Have a great week.